Oke. Jadi kalau untuk praktisnya, first of all, in the very beginning, I'm going to do one by one practice. Then let's talk about how to handle new topic, and then progressively ya handle topiknya, new topiknya. Then lastly, we are going to do simulation. Jadi nanti untuk tiap peserta akan dapat kesempatan untuk simulation ya dari part 1 to entry. Mungkin not that long simulation karena waktunya mungkin sedikit terbatas ya. Jadi kita akan pakai simulation yang versi lebih singkatnya gitu. But I'm sure that you can imagine about what happened in the IELTS task sama I'm going to give you the feedback. Dan juga kalau misalkan teman-teman kayak perlu prediction score, you can ask me as well about that. Okay. Then now I'm going to start with the one by one practice. Jadi nanti akan bergantian dia di part 1 dulu, after that part 2, and lastly part 3, Kak Farah and Kak Shannon. And let's start with the part 1 practice. Kita akan mulai dari yang datang duluan ya. So it will be Kak Farah. Let me try to find you questions. Okay. Now, I'm going to ask you some question for the part 1, tapi mungkin langsung ke questionsnya ya. I mean, I will skip the introduction part. And the first question will be, how popular is cycling in your hometown?
Sorry, is it cycling?
Yes.
Okay, so to my way of thinking, nowadays cycling has been, cycling's popularity has been kind of overlapped into by running. In my observations in my town, I think most of the people around my age or even younger and older has been more exposed to running these days compared to cycling.
Mm. And do people ride bicycle more for pleasures or to commute?
Sorry for, may you repeat the question?
Okay, do you think people ride bicycles more for pleasure or to commute?
When it comes to my community, the area that I'm living in, I think it's more into sport or pleasure um, activities compared to commuting because from my observations, most of the people around in my area take their own car or motorbike to the place where they work or maybe to the school they went.
Mm-hmm. And what are the advantages of a bicycle compared to car?
Um, I think there would be a lot of benefits actually if we would like to talk about environmental or even uh, other aspects. However, I think one of the most apparent benefit that we can see from taking bicycle over any other private vehicle is that we could um, kind of reduce the air pollutant so that the air quality that we lived in, especially in the area that we are living in, would be greater than if we kind of sorry, if we maybe use a vehicle more.
Okay. And but what about you? How often do you ride a bicycle?
This is actually an interesting question. So, a little fun fact about me, I don't really do cycling since I don't have the ability to ride it. It was back in high school years, I think, my last attempt of riding a bicycle, and I think I totally failed. I got an accident at that time, so ever since that time, I decided to not to ride any bicycle ever since.
All right. Um, Now let's talk about another thing. Next question would be, do you live in a house or an apartment?
Um, Nowadays, I mean, these days, I live in a house with my parents. However, I also have experience living in an apartment.
Okay. Then how long have you lived there?
So, this house I'm currently living in was actually my teenager, a era house. I've been living here from since maybe junior high school days, or in around 2011-ish, if I'm not mistaken. So, if I would like to count, maybe it's been around 13 years that I've been living here with my family.
Mm-hmm. And do you like your home?
I think I would rather say that I'm more into an extroverted person who like to spend most of her time outside of the house. However, I do look at my house as a safe place for me, so it's not a hard thing to go back to home.
Okay. And in your home, which is your favorite room?
Um, hmm, Let me think about it. I don't really have any favorite place. If I would have to choose one, it would boil down to my own room because I think my own bedroom is uh, the most comfiest place I had in my house. And since I also like to redecorate it every once in a while, so I think it always matched my preferences as the time goes by.
Okay, thank you. That was last question for part one. Kak Faraya, good job. Kak
Mhm.
Shannon, do you have any correction, feedback, or suggestion to improve Kak Farah's practice?
Um, it's actually already really nice. Um, for me, it's almost perfect. Um, so I don't think I have any feedback.
Okay. It's okay. Thank you, Kak Shannon. I agree with that. That was a very nice practice. Kayak celahnya juga dikit ya, Kak Farah. But I have a little bit note
Yeah.
to improve that. Kalau mau di-improve lebih ya, probably this kind of practice. Let's say kalau part 2 entry-nya juga aman, kayaknya skor 7 tuh 7, 7,5 atau bahkan 8 nggak akan susah untuk digapai gitu kan. But um, we need we need a little bit improvement in some areas gitu.
Yes.
For example, in the repetitive words of vehicle, karena vehicle ini kan topic related vocabulary-nya sebenarnya. Kayak
Mhm.
vocabnya tuh sangat-sangat erat dengan topik yang dibahas di pertama tadi, which is
Mhm.
about bicycle and cycling, right? Nah,
Yes.
actually this type of vocabulary, the topic related vocabulary ini can make your score higher. Jadi karena dia tuh
Mhm.
erat banget gitu ya. Kayak
Mhm.
misalkan nih, when we are talking about technology, we can talk about artificial intelligence or probably a website, that kind of vocabulary yang bisanya dipakai ketika membahas topik itu. Nah, it's called topic related vocabulary. The score will be high for the vocabulary.
Mhm.
Term-term khusus juga kayak misalkan when we are talking about shopping, we can use the term of FOMO, fear of missing out. Nah, that kind of term itu juga topic related vocabulary.
Yes.
Itu akan bagus. Nah, vehicle tadi adalah yang sangat potential as your topic related
Mhm.
vocabulary in cycling part tadi ya. But due to the
Yes.
repetitive, nah ini jadi um, less precious gitu. Jadi kayak
Mhm.
kurang berharga untuk menambahkan skor gitu kan. Nah,
Mhm.
bisa mungkin kayak dilapis-lapis dengan means of transport or means of
Mhm.
transportation gitu ya. Nah, misalkan untuk
Okay.
menghindari terlalu repetitifnya. Itu yang pertama.
Right.
Then Another thing, hanya satu lagi catatan yang mungkin bisa ngetambah improvement adalah try to avoid as your very first response. And Nah, jadi
Okay.
kayak fillers itu kan it's okay kalau jadi fillers yang benar-benar tolerable itu ketika dia adanya tuh di part pas kita mau pindah ke kalimat berikutnya kayak it is a thinking time ketika kita mau pindah ke kalimat berikutnya. Nah, itu acceptable and tolerable. Tapi kalau misalkan sebagai respon di awal, itu kan jadi mengindikasikan ada freeze atau lagging. Gitu. Better to use other expression just like what we have discussed gitu. Nah, tadi di part-part yang belakang tuh Kak Farah udah aware, jadi udah pakai let me think about that. Tapi depannya masih ada nya gitu. So better to directly say it. Let me think about that gitu. Itu sih. Nah, untuk idiomatic expressionnya udah manis banget ya, udah oke. Ada satu juga I'm into something, I'm not into something. Ini adalah simple idiom yang dia juga juga apa ya, popular, sering dipakai ya di berbagai konteks. Good for that. Itu ya, Kak Farah, untuk part one-nya. Now, I'm going to move to Kak Shannon. Different question. Okay. The first question for you, Kak Shannon. So, do you live a healthy lifestyle?
In my way of thinking, I would say that I live in a pretty much healthy lifestyle because I ate food that my parents made it for me. And of course, I know that my parents want to make something for me as the best one. So actually, I would say that my food is probably mostly a healthy food.
Okay. Then, what do you do to keep fit?
Sorry, miss, may you repeat it?
Sure. What do you do to keep fit?
Sorry, miss. I think my internet is lagging, so your voice is cracking.
Okay, I'm going to repeat the question. What do you do? Sorry. What do you do to keep fit or to keep healthy?
Oh, mm, I have an extracurricular at my school. I take the badminton course. So every week, like 2 times a week, I playing badminton at my school with teacher and then training my skills there. So I guess it helps me to keep my body fit.
Okay. And have you ever had any habits that you consider to be unhealthy?
Mm, I assume that one of my unhealthy habits is um, for sleeping too long, I guess, because after eat or maybe after I eat something, I will sleep because maybe I ate too much carbohydrate, so it makes me really tired and sleepy. After that, I always sleep, and maybe it's a really bad healthy for my body and my health too. So I want to change it also.
Mm-hmm. And is fitness or healthy diet important to you?
I don't think so because right now I need so much energy for studying since this is I'm in the 12th grade, so I need a lot of foods to regain my mind. And also, I would say that uh, diet is really, I'm not really into diet because I cannot eat food in a little portion.
Okay. Now, let's talk about music. Do you like music?
Of course, I like music. Music is one of my favorite hobby. For example, when since I was 6 years old, my parents give me piano lessons, and I really love it. Even though I already stop it right now, but I still love music. I cannot spend a day without listening to any kind of music.
Okay. And have you ever learned to play a musical instruments before?
Yes, when I was in my first grade of elementary school, I have a piano lesson, and I already study for about 5 years, but I stopped it and because of COVID. And I really love playing piano because it helps me to relax myself, and also it really gives me another emotions that I cannot feel it in my daily life.
Okay. And next question. Do you think music should be taught in schools?
In um, my opinion, I would say that maybe it's important if they have learned about music, because to improve their skills, they need to learn it for like every week, few times a week. But I don't think so if you want to go to the college or something, because you just need to focus on your what do you like.
Mhm. One more question. And what type of instrument do you think best for children to learn?
Mm, I would say that the easiest one is piano, because right now many of my classmates too is learning piano. So maybe it's the most popular one amongst the students, and especially maybe because piano is the easiest instruments in this world. So I would say that uh, I would prefer that children should play piano.
Okay, thank you, Kak Shannon. Good job for that. Kak Farah, please.
I think it has been improved ya dari kemarin. Soalnya sekarang kayak Sharon kalau jawab udah kayak panjang terus nggak terlalu banyak fillernya. Terus apa lagi ya? Kayak udah nggak terlalu mikir juga jawabnya. Jadi I think that's udah bagus sih.
Yes. So fillers ya, I agree with that. Jadi fluensinya tuh lebih kerasa ya. Kalau sebelumnya kayak not that fluent karena fillersnya udah dikurang-kurangin. Nah ini fluensinya mulai kelihatan bahwa memang sebenarnya fluent Englishnya, good at English gitu. Due to the fillers aja yang kemarin membuat terlihat tidak fluent, tapi sebenarnya fluent and good. So congratulations for that. Terus udah nggak overthink lagi, idenya simple and not overthink. Nah, jadi kalau misalkan kita harus milih, should we make a complex idea atau simple idea? It's better to use simple idea but well organized dan membuat kita bisa elaborate more daripada kalau kita kompleks idenya yang susah, terus kita susah untuk mengembangkan, susah elaborasi, itu akan berpengaruh ke skor terutama fluency-nya gitu ya. So I totally agree with Kak Farah's comments. Dan addition-nya beberapa repetitive words ini sebenarnya udah banyak berkurangnya dari yang sebelumnya. Nah, cuman memang repetitive words-nya tuh ngenaknya di bagian topik relatednya gitu. Karena lagi ngomongin lifestyles ya emang jadi kayak sometimes kalau kita mikirin lifestyles apa ya kira-kira sinonimnya itu agak susah gitu ya. But actually we can simply say that it is a way of life atau way of living gitu kan atau manner of living. Jadi nggak terlalu mengulang kata lifestyle tadi gitu. Kata lifestyle, terus ada juga kata piano. Nah, so actually it's good. The idea tuh nggak overthink gitu. Tapi untuk next step biar kayak levelnya higher. Kalau misalkan di awal udah bahas piano, nah kan ada kesempatan tuh di bagian akhir. Kira-kira instrumen musik apa yang bisa dimainin sama children? Try to choose other music instruments gitu kayak misalkan gitar atau apa lagi lainnya, violin and so on ya, kayak gitu. Jadi selain untuk mengurangi repetition, we can give more topic related vocabulary. Karena kalau ngomongin music instrument, pasti topic related vocabulary-nya jenis instrumennya kan, kayak piano, gitar, biola, dan lain sebagainya yang tadi gitu. Jadi will make your practice better kalau kita bisa memvariasikan ide gitu. Tapi kalau memang masih susah, that will be okay ya pakai ide yang sama. But karena udah bisa memikirkan idenya secara tidak overthink, berarti harus ditingkatkan lagi kan. Next stepnya, next levelnya, you can try that strategy to choose other instrument or type of instrument yang bisa dijelasin untuk last questionnya tadi gitu. Then, when we are talking about healthy diets, it's actually about healthy food ya. Jadi, healthy diets itu adalah healthy food. So, bukan diet yang diet kita mengurangi makan itu yang dimaksud, but it is healthy food gitu. And kalau mau makin improve lagi, akan makin menyala lagi kalau misalkan Shannon tambahkan ini ya, idiomatic expression yang lebih gitu ya. So, that's the feedback. Good job. Congratulations for the improvement, Kak Farhan Janet.
Thank you,
And
Miss.
Kak Ola is coming. Hi, Kak Ola.
Halo Kak, aku
Hai.
izin mute dulu ya Kak, soalnya anak-anak masih pada nangis.
Iya, nggak apa-apa, Kak. Jadi nanti kalau udah siap untuk practice, kabarin ya, Kak Ola. Karena last day ini kita fokusnya ke practicing, simulation, sama nanti ada sedikit discussion, gitu ya.
Oke Kak, sorry ya
Alright,
di mute dulu ya.
it's okay. Right now, the second part, I'm going to move to Kak Farah again. And for the second part, Kak Farah, I'm going to show you the topic. Okay. It will be 1 minute to prepare and 2 minutes to talk about this topic, yeah? And this is your topic. And 1 minute is yours. Okay, the preparation time is up. Now you have to begin.
All right, I would like to talk about one, actually a Netflix series that I recently finished. It is called Bridgerton. So before continuing, I actually have been watching this series ever since its first part. So it has going on to the third part of the series now. The first thing that actually caught my attention to this drama series is that this is a series telling us about the story of England's royalties, and this particular series actually a spotlight, highlighted their love story and the way royalty members had to match themselves to find their true love on each of the love seasons, they call it. Since I'm really a big fan of romantic slash comedy drama, so this type of series really buys me in, and it really makes me enjoy watching it ever since the first part until even until now the third part has been released. And besides that, I also find this series to be filled with a lot of actor and actresses actually. Unfortunately, I think I'm kind of forgot the names of the actors and the actress, but I believe if you guys would love would also be interested in seeing this series, I'm nearly 100% sure that you guys would find familiar faces during each of the episodes.
Okay, time is over. Thank you. That's already 2 minutes. Okay. Right. Let me hear something about your practice from Kak Shannon. Please say something.
Um, uh, I guess Kafara is already really fluent as how she explained each point of this.
Okay. Do you find something to learn from Kak Farah's practice, Kak Shannon?
Maybe how she explained her ideas by speaking and not being nervous.
Okay. Calm, yeah. So with the calms, can express the idea well, and then but can make the listener imagine about the TV series or drama. That was great, but memang one of the problem yang masih seen adalah time management ya di part 2 ini untuk Kak Farah. So you can try to do drilling practice untuk part 2. Jadi drilling practice-nya adalah using your own timer atau mungkin stopwatch. Try to speak 2 minutes, itu kira-kira seberapa panjang gitu kan. So, dulu saya yang pertama kali latihan part 2 ini pernah ngehitung dalam satu kata tuh kurang lebih berapa detik sih, not kata, sorry, dalam satu kalimat kompleks itu kurang lebih berapa detik sih, jadi kayak dihitungin gitu. Jadi nanti kan bisa allocate per bullet point ini harus ngomong berapa kalimat kurang lebihnya gitu. So for example, kita punya 60 detik untuk 1 menit. Berarti ada 120 detik ya, 120 detik. Jadi 30 detik untuk setiap bullet points gitu kan. Nah, kita coba ukur 30 detik ini bisanya mention berapa sentence gitu. Dengan pace kita ya, dengan confidence pace kita, calm kita, ada berapa kalimat yang bisa kita produksi dalam 30 detik. Nah, itu kayak rancangan kakunya ya. Jadi dengan rancangan awal seperti itu, kalau di drilling terus lama-lama tuh kita dapat feeling 2 minutes tuh kurang lebih segini panjang gitu. Walaupun nanti nggak bisa pas, tapi pasti kurang lebih akan sekitar 2 menitan. Nah, mungkin itu salah satu yang bisa dicoba. Nah, jangan lupa include di bagian opening sama closingnya juga ketika ngehitung itu gitu ya. Itu mungkin yang bisa saya share dari pengalaman Kak Farah ya. But elemen di awal udah oke, ada purpose, as the opening, ada isi juga, tinggal emang closingnya yang belum sempat ya. Dan tapi related vocabulary-nya banyak dan gak repetitif kayak romantic, love story. Nah, romantic and love story kan sebenarnya kayak sinonim ya. But you can produce the sentences well dengan gak kasih repetition di bagian itu. Dan di bagian apa ya tadi ada sedikit fillers di awal dikit, cuman kayak nggak terlalu lama sih blanknya, but the listener can see that it is actually fillers due to confusion atau lupa words-nya gitu ya. Itu aja sih. Nanti boleh dicoba ya untuk strategi time management-nya gitu. Okay. Now, let's move to Kak Shannon. Let me show you the topic. Okay, this is your topic. 1 minute to prepare, and 1 minute is yours. Okay, preparation time is over, Kat. Now please start.
I would like to tell you one of my hobby is none other than watching films or anime. So since in my fourth grade, I already interested in reading webtoon or manhwa, and it's been for 8 years for now. And I became interested in it because I don't play any games that time, and I saw that application on my mother's phone, and then I downloaded it. So I read webtoons like almost every day, and I got love to it. But in the middle of my elementary school, I moved like to watch anime too. And the reason why I really love to watching anime is because it is displays colorful characters, and also the story is really meaningful that give uh, I can learn another perspective from other people of life about how they think about their life, and also this hobby is give me a lot of benefit because when I'm in my school, I don't really can make friends. But when we talk about this hobby, I got so many friends. And also, I will say that one of my favorite anime is called Gintama. It's actually about a guy who helps many people to solve their problems. For example,
Okay,
like family.
time is up. Thank you. It's enough, yeah. Okay. What do you think, Kak Farah, about the Shannon practice?
Jawabannya udah panjang, terus udah match juga sama poin-poin yang harus dijawabnya. Terus menurut aku storytellingnya juga udah enak sih, kayak ideasinya, flow-nya udah lumayan oke gitu.
A suggestion to improve? Okay, thank you, Kak Shannon, for the comments. Yeah, I agree for that. Jawabannya lebih panjang dari yang sebelumnya. Sebelumnya sebenarnya udah panjang juga, dan ini lebih panjang. Masih mau dilanjut ya tadi sebenarnya, but the time is over. It's okay, walaupun di stop, but you have covered all of the points ya, walaupun di interrupt. Jadi itu masih aman lah ya, masih oke gitu. Nanti Shannon bisa juga coba strategi hitung sentencesnya ya. So for example, in 30 seconds, how many sentences that you can produce. Jadi nanti bisa lebih dapat feel-nya. Dan not only counting the sentences ya, tapi habis dapat misalkan dalam 30 detik nih kayaknya bisa ngomong sekitar 5 sentences nih. Nah, itu di practice gitu, dijadiin drilling practice. Kayak misalkan 20 hari harus practice part 2 minimal sehari sekali gitu ya, menggunakan alokasi waktu 2 menitan gitu. Nah, itu nanti akan lama-lama dapat feel-nya, bisa ke apa ya, ketakar dari opening isi sampai closing tuh sekitaran 2 menitan gitu. Kalaupun selisih waktu nggak akan beda jauh jadinya gitu. Dan intonation-nya juga udah mulai oke, more relax, enjoyable, and then tone-nya sesuai dengan apa yang dideskripsikan, which is hobby and interest, right? Habit tone ya. But you need to be very careful in stating the purpose. Kayak, I would like to tell about one of my hobby is, that sentence is incomplete ya kayaknya. Jadi, I would like to tell about one of my hobby is. Nah, jadi kan ada something missing gitu. Nah, it should be, I would like to tell you about one of my hobby. It is blah blah blah. Nah, that one is the correct one. Atau you can literally mention pakai which misalkan. I would like to tell you about one of my hobby which is dancing misalkan. Jadi ada something missing ya di wordsnya itu. Karena kalau kita ngomong I would like to tell you about somethingnya, ini harus mention a thing. Baru we can start with new words, new subject of sentence. Atau kita bisa pakai which atau that sebagai conjunctionnya sebelum is, sebelum to be gitu. You know what I mean? Get the point?
Yes, yes.
Itu terus untuk kata love, satu itu yang repetitifnya kerasa banget ya, kata love. Bisa diubah ke like, enjoy, dan lain sebagainya ya, biar nggak repetitif gitu. Tapi praktisnya udah oke gitu. Nanti tinggal dipoles-poles lagi sampai ke detail-detail kayak time management itu tadi ya. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Miss.
Good. Now, let's go to the last part of the one by one practice. It will be part 3. And the first practice will be for Kak Farah. Wait a moment. Kemarin udah ngomongin TV programs ya. I
Udah.
try to find the questions ya. Okay. Now, let's talk about traditional music in your country. So, what traditional music do you have in your culture?
Well, when it comes to traditional musics, I believe Indonesia, with its 36 province, had more than a lot to mention. So, but if we would like to narrow it down to my province, which is West Java or Jawa Barat, I think one of the most popular one would be angklung. So this traditional music instrument is made from bamboo, which is created or like shaped into several tubes that is arranged into one arrangement of bamboo, and it is played by holding one side with your left hand and the other one with your other hand, and you have to shake it and in order for it to ring a different sound. So this type of musical instrument actually has to be played in a big in a set of angklung. So usually a set of angklung would consist of 7 different notes, consisting of one for each of the notes.
Okay. Then how important it is for your culture to have that kind of traditional music instruments?
Pardon, may you repeat the question?
Sure. How important it is for your culture to have that traditional music instrument?
Oh, okay. When it comes to tradition, I think every every person or every one living and growing up in Jawa Barat at least would know how to use angklung and how to play angklung like properly, because uh, ever since in kindergarten or maybe um, early school year of our childhood, most of the schools have incorporated a traditional music lesson to each one of us. So it would become really important for us to understand how to perform it. And when we would like to see from the point of view where Bandung has been really big because of its touristy activities, the benefits of us to learn and know how to properly play angklung is kind of being crucial so that we can share that to the tourists that came to Bandung.
All right. Then what do you think countries have national anthem or songs?
Sorry, would you repeat again?
Okay, I'm going to repeat the question. Why do you think countries have national anthems or songs?
I believe that each country has their own meaning when it comes to um, national anthem, and besides each anthem that is unique to each of its country that represents different type of countries, I think it is also has been linked into maybe a patriotism of each of its citizens. So I think this kind of anthem could bring out the patriotism of each of the citizens, so that not only they feel that they belong to uh, this one country, but also it will kind of make them embrace the love that they have for their country and the history behind their country as well.
Okay. How do most people in your country listen to the traditional music nowadays?
Well, it is actually most of our traditional music actually has been produced with a good quality of musical instruments and also recordings. So I've seen some of the traditional musics from such as Jawa Barat, West Java, and then also Papua, and most of them are from East or East Java, or has been reproduced and being published through several music platforms such as Spotify or even YouTube Music. So I think it is not really that hard to kind of find the music itself on today's era. But besides that, besides the digitalizations that people are currently doing, we can also still hear them on a live instrumental. For example, I've seen one of the keraton in Jogja also had a regular shows for their traditional music, so it's not that difficult to find those people who play it live.
Mm. Is traditional music as popular now as it was 10 years ago?
Oh, if we would like to compare 2024 to 2014, I think the popularity would kind of still the same. Uh, However, if you would like to maybe compare it to 20 or 30 years back from today, I think the difference would be very apparent. And for instance, if maybe we go back to the 90s era, uh, there has been many musics or even songs that are produced when it comes to traditional music. However, if you would like to compare it to today's era, I think a national music or a local artist have their preference to produce a more modern songs compared to the one that is traditional.
All right. Why do you think that so many young people don't really like traditional music?
Well, it actually based on every youngster's preferences, but for me, I think it boils down to one thing that some people, especially youngsters or young adults, find listening to traditional music kind of old, and that uh, when we or us as a teenagers are more exposed to international music or even local music, people would think that it is way cooler than if we would like to listen to any traditional music. So I think that's one of the biggest impact. The biggest factor that affected it.
Okay, thank you, Kak Farah. That was last question for the portrait. I think that was great ya. Mainly with one thing different. Kalau sebelumnya saya kurang bisa lihat body language-nya, but for this practice mulai kelihatan ya. You use your hand, which is great. I think you can consider body language kalau memang diperlukan ya. Kalau but you need to be very careful juga untuk teman-teman yang lainnya juga, because sometimes body language can be a boomerang for you, kayak misalkan nih kita terlalu banyak pakai body language untuk menyampaikan sesuatu, berarti kan kayak kita butuh helper untuk menyampaikannya gitu kan. Berarti ada indikasi bahwa kita kesulitan untuk jelasin gitu. So, pakainya secara wise ya. Tapi tadi udah lumayan oke, nggak berlebihan Kak Farah. Good job. And then I love the version of the first answer. I mean, it is for the first question, but yeah, what traditional music do you have in your culture? Then you explain first your background. Jadi tahu culture-nya di mana, which is Indonesia. And then you explain about angklung by having the description about that. I love that kind of version. Jadi ada inti jawabannya, tapi depannya kayak natural karena ditambahkan konteks culture-nya di mana gitu kan. Jadi orang tahu bahwa it is Indonesia, in my culture Indonesia, I have angklung gitu kan. Nah, it's good. And be careful with the word also nih sering dijebak juga ya teman-teman. Jadi kadang walaupun udah di mix sama as well, tapi kayak kita sering banget butuh kata also gitu kan di setiap sentence. Bisa besides, bisa in addition. Kalau yang sifatnya conjunction ya. Jadi untuk also-nya tuh di bagian apa ya namanya? Saya lupa nama materinya, kayak yang di tengah-tengah kalimat gitu loh, itu nggak apa-apa pakai also. Tapi kalau yang conjunction, perubahan sentence itu better to use in addition, besides, apalagi additionally boleh furthermore gitu. Jadi biar nggak repetitif sama also yang biasa kita pakai di tengah sentence gitu. Tapi related vocabulary-nya juga udah oke, Kak Farah. Ada kata patriotism waktu ngomongin national anthems. So that was great vocabulary range. And then ininya juga udah mantap sih untuk penggunaan idiomatic expression-nya. So well done for that. Good now. I'm going to move the next participants, which is Shannon. Okay, ready? The first question. Which kind of jobs have the highest salaries in your country?
In my way of thinking, I would say that every job has their own salary, and the I don't really know about the highest salary in my country, but maybe I just would say a job that is involved with the government, or maybe because they have a really big they have a really big responsibility. So maybe their salary also be increased very much. And I would say it is a hard job for it is a hard job. So yeah.
Okay. Next question. Are there any jobs that you think should have higher salaries?
My take on this is teacher, because
Sorry, I can hear you clearly.
I assume that it is a teacher because it is a really important job because they need to teach students so they have a really bright future, and also maybe because they have to take their responsibility with the each personality of each populace. So maybe it's a hard job for them because they need a better they need a better and then hard for to be patient with more students.
Okay. Are all jobs have equal importance in your opinion?
Sorry, Miss.
Okay, I'm going to repeat the question. Are all jobs equal importance in your opinion?
All job.
Yes. Do you think all jobs in the world are
All jobs.
important?
Sorry.
Yes.
I would say that every job has their own importance. So to the economic world, I would say they also each position is have their own obligation by it and could help the world to become more better. For example, if we don't have any doctors, maybe we could die because of disease, and there is no teacher. Maybe the nation is already become bad and poor. So I would say that every occupation has their own um, help for to build this world.
Okay. Next question. What is the most common way to get a job these days?
Sorry, Miss.
What is the most common way to get a job these days?
Maybe because it's different from the previous years where they have to write a letter by their own hand to give it to the company. Maybe right now they just need to make it like online and give it to the place they want to work at. So it has become more easier for them and common and the society because it really helps them reduce time.
Okay, then is money always the most important thing when choosing a job?
Money is also important for a job because we need salary to buy daily things for live, but maybe for some people, it is the most important thing, but for some other is not, because they in this world there are so many people that already wealth, and maybe the most important for them is if they enjoy their own job.
Okay. Then why do some people become so workaholics?
If we see like in Japan, the the population there is really workaholic. They don't even think what time they work. They just spend almost of their time in a day for working, and maybe it is important for them because um, uh, the high price to live there, so they need more money for uh, pay it, or maybe they also need money for buy daily life things and enjoy their lives.
Okay, thank you, Kak Shannon. Is this type of question hard for you, topicnya?
Yeah, miss.
Have you worked before?
No.
Okay, that's why sometimes we don't really into the topic and feels that the topic is a little bit hard ya karena kita not into them gitu. But you can make it successful by covering all of the questions ya. Jadi walaupun not into the topic semuanya tercover. That's the main point which is important. Nah, mungkin memang di beberapa part ada freezing, lagging, and then try to elaborate a simple idea to use I mean to be a long answer itu masih effortnya kelihatan kayak gitu kan. It's okay karena memang prosesnya ini adalah new questions for you atau questions yang nggak biasa Kak Shannon hadapi gitu kan. Nah, so it's okay ya, nggak apa-apa. Uh, nah, nanti yang perlu kita lakukan adalah berusaha untuk always deal to this kind of situation and topic gitu kan. Nah, habis ini kita akan bahas gimana caranya berproses to deal with new topic gitu kan. Nah, back to this topic again, this practice. Beberapa upaya walaupun kesusahan jawab atau mengelaborasikan, tapi upaya pemakaian idiomnya tetap ada. So, to thumbs up for that ya, tetap ada memakai idiom walaupun ini tuh susah gitu. Jadi nanti akan jadi highlight point tersendiri gitu kan, walaupun susah di bagian elaborasi atau susah di bagian topik related vocabulary, tapi idiomnya udah bisa membantu gitu setidaknya. So that was great. Terus untuk intonation, be careful dengan penggunaan rising intonation di bagian akhir jawaban ya teman-teman ya. Jadi kalau misalkan mengakhiri jawaban, it should be falling intonation. Kalau rising intonation itu biasanya untuk tanya, kan untuk kalimat tanya. So, kalau misalkan kita pakai rising intonation, biasanya akan ditunggu sama examiner, ada nggak sih lanjutannya gitu. So, you need to use falling intonation untuk mengakhiri gitu. Karena kayak beda ya, kayak misalkan, to my way of thinking, people choose job based on the salary. Nah, akan beda dengan to my way of thinking, people choose job based on the salary. Nah, itu akan beda kan? Akhirnya beda. Based on the salary. Based on the salary. Nah, it is different ya. Mereka punya ending yang different. Kalau kalau pakai yang the first version, falling intonation, berarti itu titik gitu kan. Kayak written formnya itu titik. Berarti boleh diakhiri nih jawabannya. Bisa move ke next question. Tapi kalau ada rising intonation atau comma, itu akan bikin examiner nunggu lanjutannya gitu. Tapi kalau misalkan udah terlanjur rising intonation, you can like saying misalkan I think that's my answer gitu. Jadi kayak pakai trik aja ya untuk mengakhirinya gitu. And then ada juga apa tuh namanya language features majas ya tadi bright future waktu ngomongin teacher gitu. Nah itu juga jadi poin yang menjadi strength di practice ini gitu. Terus Oh ya, waktu ngomongin price, it's actually kita punya specific term ya untuk ngomongin biaya hidup. It is living costs ya. Jadi nanti mulai mengeksplor macam-macam topik related vocabulary yang berkaitan sama job gitu. And beberapa upaya paraphrasing juga udah lumayan. Nanti boleh ditingkatin lagi ke paraphrasing yang lebih kompleks. Nggak hanya satu atau dua kata aja yang diubah, tapi ada arrangement, grammarnya, atau mungkin susunan katanya yang beda gitu ya. Jadi paraphrase-nya akan lebih terasa, lebih terdengar beda dari questions yang dikasihin gitu. But overall, you have done a great job. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Miss.
Okay,
Miss,
yeah.
may I ask the band?
Oh, alright. So, for this practice, nanti mungkin bisa dirata-rata sendiri untuk tiap ini ya, tiap apa tuh namanya assessment criteria. Nah, vocabulary-nya ini cukup kebantu dengan idiomatic expression dan juga majas. Jadi dia ada di 6,5 ke 7 untuk vocabulary-nya. But the fluency karena banyak fillers dan juga masih ada beberapa part yang kayak susah ya, Kak Shannon, karena memang topiknya not into I mean you are not into the topic gitu kan. Nah, ini fluency-nya masih di sekitar 6 gitu, 6 maksimum masih 6 gitu ya. Dan untuk grammatical accuracy cukup akurat, ada sekitar 6,5-an karena Kak Sanen masih perlu kayak tambahkan ini complex sentence dan juga compound sentence. Means sentence-sentence yang dia tuh 2 atau 3 sentence digabungkan menjadi satu menggunakan one conjunction misalkan. Nah, itu yang masih perlu ditambahkan. And then pronunciation-nya ini juga udah bagus, dia ada di range 7-an gitu. Nanti di rata-rata sendiri ya dari situ gitu, oke. Nah, ini tidak merefleksikan keseluruhan ya untuk practice ini aja. Kalau yang keseluruhan nanti akan beda ininya, beda akumulasinya gitu ya.
Thank you.
Okay, very welcome. Kak Ola, ready to practice? Oke, kita praktis ke part 3 dulu ya dengan Kak Ola. So, let's talk about money and savings. So, do you think children should be taught to save money?
To my way of thinking, every purpose need to learn how to save their own money, since it will be giving, it will encourage them to use their money wisely, and they can make prioritize. They can prioritize their needs in the futures.
Sorry. Why do some parents give their children money to spend?
Sorry, can you repeat the question, Miss?
Sure. Why do some parents give their children some money to spend?
It's interesting questions. I try to answer it. Maybe because the parents wants to give their children some budgets to fulfill their needs, and then they can I lost my idea.
Okay. Right, it's okay. Let's just move to the next question, yeah? Next question will be, should children be allowed to buy something using their saving money?
As far as I'm concerned, it is quite wise to give the children's some opportunity to buy own their own things, like maybe they love to keep their toys like cars or something else, since it can improve their 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 since it can improve their way of thinking that that something is important or not.
All right. But do you think it is a good idea for students to earn money while studying?
In my opinions, so every students can, in my opinion, students can. It's really it's really important to children's to keep their money wisely, because the amount of the money is not always provide. It's not always enough to fulfill their needs, because of maybe service.
Okay.
And
Then, my next question. Wait a moment. Okay, my next question. It is okay to teach, or let me rephrase it. But do you think it is okay to teach the children to be materialistic?
I don't think so, because of in this nowadays, we need to choose our needs based on our based on our based on our based on our kok jadi lupa semua sih, aduh, maaf ya Miss, gak konsen banget nih.
It's okay, Kak. Okay. Right, thank you, Kak Olaya. Oke,
Sorry,
memang
Miss.
kalau misalkan kita udah ke distract, emang biasanya yang terjadi kayak gini. Saya pun juga pernah mengalaminya ya. Dulu malah saya pernah mengalaminya tuh di real task. So, like distracted by something, terus tiba-tiba belakangnya juga ini juga gitu ya, terpengaruh. It's okay, just one of the process of learning. Nanti boleh di
Sorry.
practice ya untuk topik
Okay.
money atau saving money ini gitu. Sedikit aja koreksi untuk pronunciation. It is pupils, not pupils. It is and pupils. Pupils itu artinya murid, not children ya. Jadi kalau kita ngomongin students, baru kita bisa pakai pupils atau pupils ya, tulisannya pupils. Atau another one, kata opportunity. It is opportunity, that one ya, untuk pronunciation-nya. Nah, terus priority and prioritize. Nah, kalau priority itu kan noun-nya, prioritize verb-nya. Nah, tadi hampir aja ketukar ya itu, untuk sedikit koreksinya. Nah, kemarin idiom-idiom yang udah muncul ini masih menghilang ya, Kak Ola, karena memang belum fokus gitu. Nggak apa-apa, nanti boleh dicoba lagi untuk practice di topik ini ya. Nanti saya kasih PPT-nya dan juga recording-nya, bisa di-practice. Nah, oke. Right. Okay. Untuk first initial practice, which is actually our almost ending practice ya, hampir akhiran dari practice kita karena today will be the last meeting. Now, before doing the simulation, I'm going to tell you about how to progressively make ourselves being able to deal with new topic ya. Selalu bisa dealing dengan new topic. Let me show you something. Jadi teman-teman, strateginya kan kemarin sempat kita bahas. You can explain about your experience karena karena kalau pas dapet topik yang agak not into it itu kan susah gitu kan. Kita bisa pilih satu experience yang paling memorable terus kita explain. Jadi kayak jatuhnya kayak storytelling atau you can make up a story gitu. Nah, tapi kalau masih susah berarti kita bisa bikin atau melakukan practice yang progressively. Kalau progressively kan berarti nggak bisa instan ya gitu. Kalau yang make up story atau mungkin telling our storytelling, telling storytelling kayak telling our story atau experience itu kan yang instan, kita bisa langsung lakukan ketika practice-nya gitu kan. Nah, tapi kalau yang progresif itu berkaitan sama kompetensi gitu kan. Jadinya harus butuh waktu yang nggak singkat gitu. Nah, the things that I have done before untuk always deal with new topic itu selalu latihan dengan topik baru. So I make my own curriculum. Jadi teman-teman bisa bikin plan mau ambil IELTS testnya tuh kapan gitu. Misalkan mau ambil IELTS test 30 Juli gitu ya. 30 Juli sekarang tanggal 16. Nah, bikin kurikulum dari tanggal 17 sampai 30 Juli harus belajar IELTS speaking tuh beda-beda topiknya gitu. Jadi bikin tanggal 17 harus topik apa, 18 topik apa, 19 topik apa itu harus beda-beda gitu. Nah, then the first thing to do karena udah punya list topiknya, let's say sekarang tanggal 17 nih kita udah punya topik. Nah, topiknya tentang tumbuhan, tentang plant gitu ya. Terus yang pertama dilakukan itu mempersiapkan questions, itu list of questions. So you have to make the questions by AI, for example. Sekarang kayak GPT itu pintar juga suruh bikin questionsnya IELTS tentang plants misalkan. Atau di internet pun banyak gitu. Ada kalau nggak salah saya lupa ya webnya Best IELTS kalau nggak salah namanya. Dia suka kasih newest topic, newest questions gitu. Jadi orang tuh bisa upload questions yang baru dia dapat untuk di-share. Ada yang kayak gitu. Nanti mungkin kalau misalkan possible ketemu, saya share linknya ya gitu. Nah itu. Nah kalau udah ketemu list of questions, and next thing to do itu nggak langsung practice teman-teman, tapi you need to find a reading, menemukan sebuah bacaan yang harus dari native speaking country. Itu boleh dari majalah, boleh dari surat kabar, boleh dari internet atau apapun dari native speaking country yang tentang topik kita, topik yang udah kita siapin. Karena tadi tentang plant, nah kita cari bacaan tentang plant yang punyanya native speaker dari native speaking countries. Then you need to read paragraph per paragraph gitu ya. Nah, dari setiap paragraph itu pasti ada vocab yang kita nggak ngerti kan, atau vocab baru. Nah, itu teman-teman cari tahu artinya dan praktek penggunaannya. Misalkan ada satu kata nih, let's say kata barunya grow gitu ya, masih sangat beginner, sampai nggak tahu artinya grow gitu. Artinya grow itu apa? Oh, tumbuh gitu. Terus pelajari gimana sih cara pakai kata grow untuk topik plant gitu ya. Bikin sentence dengan kata grow, terus cari apakah ada sih idiom yang berkaitan sama grow gitu. Nah, itu dilakukan terus sampai paragrafnya habis gitu. Nah, kalau membaca harus seksama per paragraf karena kadang di paragraf itu ada juga idiomatic expression yang dia kasih gitu. Jadi karena punyanya native speaker ya biasanya banyak idiomatic expression. Ciri idiomatic expression apa? Cirinya adalah kata-katanya itu terlihat tidak nyambung kalau dibaca full sentence gitu ya. Jadi dari sentence ini misalkan ngomongin kecambah gitu kan, tiba-tiba ada satu kata yang beda, nggak konteksnya tuh kayak di luar kecambah, di luar tumbuhan. Nah itu berarti biasanya idiom karena punya makna yang berbeda. Nah baru kita searching artinya apa, nah itu akan jadi referensi kita gitu kan. Terus Habis semuanya selesai, bedah katanya yang baru-baru, nah kita akan dapat referensi tuh kata-kata barunya tentang plant. Baru kita practice dengan questions yang udah kita siapin. That's how we can deal with new topic, karena dengan persiapan topik yang selalu beda, kita juga cari inputnya, cari referensinya untuk diproduce ulang gitu ya. Nah, nanti secara progresif akan terbiasa, terakumulasi gitu ya. Jadi new topic yang jadi kompetensi kita, jadi nggak susah kalau dapet topik-topik yang aneh. Ya, kita coba sedikit practice ya. So kita akan pakai plan deh sebagai topik kita hari ini. Let's say plan. Saya siapin bentar questionsnya. Oke. Right, ada beberapa question tentang plans ya untuk IELTS. Nah, then next thing to do adalah menemukan bacaannya. Bentar. Oke. Oke, kita akan coba di sini misalkan. Nah, this is a reading about plant. Nah, it's time finally to grow seeds ya. Nah, masih berkaitan dengan plants and seeds. Plants and seeds. Nah, let's say kita ambil salah satu paragrafnya gitu ya. Misalkan di sini. Nah, jadi selain dapat vocab baru, biasanya kita akan bisa refresh memori kita. Topik related vocabulary-nya plant and seeds itu apa gitu. Jadi kalau kita kadang susah recall, jadi kita bisa refresh lagi untuk persiapan practice nanti gitu ya. Misalkan nih kita ambil dari sini, dari paragraf ini. So, and that means it's time to start seeds indoors. Inside the dried up little package we call a seed, there is an embryo waiting to be set free. All we must do is create the right environment for it to swell, sprout, and grow. Nah, kalau misalkan teman-teman ada words yang baru atau nggak tahu artinya, nah itulah tempat teman-teman harus explore, harus cari artinya dan juga berlatih untuk memproduksi sentence menggunakan kata tersebut gitu. Jadi nggak hanya cari artinya di kamus ya, karena kalau kita cuma cari artinya aja kita biasanya lupa, habis ketabrak dengan topik baru lain kita lupa. Tapi kalau kita practicing, terus kita bikin beberapa sentence, kita latihan, kita cari idiomnya yang berkaitan dengan word tersebut, biasanya akan menancap, akan ingat gitu, akan bertahan di memori kita gitu. Nah, kalau misalkan nggak ada vocab baru, at least you can refresh your memory about the topic related vocabulary gitu. Can you mention kira-kira topic related vocabulary yang bisa ditemukan tentang seeds and plant dari paragraf ini yang mana aja? Mana kira-kira? Ada kata apa? Dried up? Apakah bisa? Ya, possible lah ya. Ada juga kata environment, embryo. Ini swell, sprout, grow. Ini topic related vocabulary sangat-sangat close with the topic gitu ya. Baru kita latihan dan after that baru kita pakai full package questions-nya untuk untuk dilatih gitu. Gitu ya. Nah, nanti jadi ketika dapat questions, for example, can you tell me your experience in planting gitu. Nah, jadi akan bisa pakai beberapa topik related vocabulary ini. Itu untuk progresifnya bisa melakukan seperti itu ya teman-teman. Because di beberapa area IELTS ini menunjukkan kebiasaan kita untuk menggunakan bahasanya. Jadi memang kadang perlu yang progresif kayak gini. Oke. So far, anything to share atau ada questions? All good? Okay, mini simulation for the last agenda ya sebelum kita mengakhiri kelas. Sedihnya jadinya. Jadi semoga sih ya, semoga kita ketemunya terakhir aja gitu. Bukannya saya nggak suka ya ketemu teman-teman, tapi untuk IELTS practice and IELTS course-nya terakhir sehingga nanti pas tes langsung dapat skor yang dimau gitu kan. Jadi ketemunya tuh dengan agenda lain nantinya gitu. Oke. Right. The mini practice. Adakah yang mau duluan? Mini simulationnya berarti ada part 1, 2, and 3 nanti ya yang akan teman-teman coba gitu. Okay. No one? Let me start with Kak Shannon ya kalau gitu. Okay. Wait a moment. I need to find different questions. Okay, just imagine that this is an IELTS simulation test, and we are going to have 3 parts for this IELTS simulation. Let's start from the part 1. Please tell me your full name. Okay, wait, I need to fix my phone. All right, where do you come from, Shannon?
Came from Jakarta. It is the previous. Wait, miss.
Okay.
Sorry, miss. Yeah, they nothing. I'm from Jakarta. It is the previous capital city of Indonesia.
Okay. Can you pass me your ID card?
Yes, please.
Okay. Now let's talk about animals. So, what's your favorite animals and why?
For now, my favorite animal is dog because my aunt has plenty of dogs, and I love to go to my aunt's house and playing with her dog.
Okay. Do you like the same animal when you were younger? Did you like the same animal when you were younger?
The voice is cracking. I cannot hear it clearly.
Okay, wait, let me fix it. Past audio, is that clear?
Yes, I guess my internet is really bad right now.
Okay, it's okay. Let me repeat the next question tadi ya. Did you like the same animal when you were younger?
Yes, because my I love to petting some animals, but actually my family don't really like to having an animal, so I don't really familiar with it.
Okay. Then, talking about dogs, so as your favorite animal, what can you learn from them actually?
My way of thinking is actually their loyalty to their owner, because they have some way of thinking that they need to be nice to their owner, and also maybe for some type of dog, for example, golden, it's pretty much that can make you feel that you're actually talking with him.
Okay. Then, in your opinion, which animals are popular as pets in your country? In your opinion, okay, I'm going to repeat the question, yeah. In your opinion, which kind of animals are popular as pets in your country?
The most popular one, I would say, it is either dogs or cats, because in my country there is so many stray cats. Maybe there are a few people that would likely to take cats as their pets, but it is also many people that would like to having a dog, but because in this country the majority is a Muslim, so I would say there is many more people who having a cat.
Okay. Thank you. That was the part one. Now I'm going to move to the second part of the speaking simulation. And let me show you a topic. In the IELTS speaking part two, that will be 1 minute of preparation for you. And after that, you need to talk about the topic given in 2 minutes. Later, I'm going to tell you when to start and when to stop. And this is your topic, the one in the box. You need to describe a spatial location for which you arrived late. And 1 minute is yours now. Okay, time is over. Now you have to begin.
So I want to tell you about one of my occasion about late for school. So there was a time when I was still in my 6th grade that I late for my last exam year. So maybe because the last night I studied too hard and felt really tired, so I overslept and I got late in the next morning. When I arrive at school, I feel very nervous because there is no other students besides me that late to come to school, and I'm scared that my teacher won't allow me to join the task anymore because it's pretty uh, it's pretty late for like almost 15 minutes, and basically because my school is very strict, so even if we're late just a minute, they won't allow us to get into the school. And luckily uh, uh, my class teacher say that I need to have a permission from the my supervisor so that I can join it even though I late for it. And then I went to my teacher's room and got the permission to join it, even though I already late, very late for it, and my exam time is really well cut it. But I feel really relieved because they still give me a chance to join the last exam, because if I'm not taking that test, I probably won't pass and graduate nicely.
Okay, time is over. Yeah, it's enough. Now, we have to move to the last part of the IELTS speaking simulation. And wait a moment, I'm going to take a little bit note. Okay, we've been talking about your experience and arriving late. Now, I'm going to talk about different thing in the part 3. Let's talk about, sorry, yeah, uh, I'm sorry, it is different thing, yeah, in the part 3. Let's talk about technology. So, do you think modern technology has made people lazy?
In my way of thinking, the development of the technology nowadays is actually really helpful for us because maybe the technology have been improved by many people so that it can help us to more relax in our daily life. But for some people, it's really make them relying on the the technology, so they become lazy and don't want to do anything. Just well uh, hand it to the AI or robot, something like that. Because there is also a case where there is a student who use AI to um to graduate from their task like that.
Mhm. Okay. And what do you think about modern technology for young people life?
Yeah, the high school student, it was really hard for getting information from school because sometimes the teacher don't really explain the subject really nice. So we can still search the video about it on YouTube, for example, and we can learn from it. So it's really help for students to more increase their knowledge about something they learned about.
Okay. And how has modern technology affect older people's lives?
Um, in my way of thinking, for some old generation, for example, millennials, maybe they don't really familiar with technology because when their it was their childhood time, they don't really use, for example, handphones or something like that. And maybe they already um, learn about how to using it, but I would say that the nowadays generation, the new generation, is more familiar with it because they're already born with the technology that has been developed. But maybe they still can be learn about how to using it. For example, how to use handphones to make a payment, something like that.
Okay. Now let's talk about punctuality. Again, yeah, let's talk about punctuality as the same topic from the previous one. So, do you think become punctual for an appointment is important?
Mm, I would definitely say it was really important. It is really important because when we have a meeting or um, agree, agreement with other people, we need to come right at the time because maybe it's make us to look more polite, and it also make our partner to feel we appreciate them.
All right, I know. What do you think about people who are always late?
Mm, I assume that they don't take time seriously and always spending their time on some nonsense activity, and it was really unpolite because when you already have an agreement with other people, you need to give all of your strength and to get in time, because the other person is also giving the same the same like energy for meeting you, so you should pay it.
Last question now. Normally, how can we make an excuse when we want to be late?
Sorry, miss?
Normally, how can we make an excuse when we want to be late?
I would say that maybe by chatting the person you already have an agreement with, it make you become more polite because you already give the information for them that you will be late. And also maybe just reschedule the time if you got into some trouble, or maybe they have a more important problem that you have to solve first, and you can speak to them to change the time of the meeting, so it will be better for both sides.
Okay, thank you. Good job, yeah, for part 1, 2, and 3. And enough feedback time, but I'm going to say that feedback doesn't mean that your practice is not good, yeah. It is just a means to make your practice better. Nanti boleh dipertimbangkan untuk diterapkan kalau memang merasa diperlukan agar praktisnya meningkat ya, agar skillnya meningkat gitu Kak Shannon ya. Okay, I'm going to start from the very first part. It is part 1. So you can be more relaxed, for example, by greeting the examiner di bagian awal, entah examiner greeting you atau enggak. Try to greet them biar kita sendiri juga ke bawah relax gitu ya. Dan just simple greeting ya, kayak good evening, and you tell your name gitu. Dan di part 1 ada juga idiomatic expression, that was great to my way of thinking ya yang dipakai. Di bagian did you like the same animals when you were younger, tadi terjawab, tapi can be better I guess, kayak suka nggak animals yang sama ketika lebih muda dari sekarang gitu kan. Kalau nggak suka animals yang sama, bisa dieksplor animals apa yang disuka gitu kan. Karena kan kita ditanyain suka sama yang sama atau enggak gitu. Kalau iya, kenapa? Kalau enggak, sukanya apa? That's actually the goal of the answer itu ya. But topic related vocabulary-nya lumayan. Ada kata loyalty ketika ngomongin dogs, dan you provide some experience about that. That was great. Then untuk part 2, stating purpose for the very beginning, untuk opening, that was great. Nah, cuman sebenarnya tadi durasinya ada di 2 menit 30 detik kan. So I actually want to see di detik atau menit keberapa sih berhentinya gitu. Ternyata masih belum berhenti sampai di 2 menit 30 detik. Berarti ada cukup banyak part yang harus di-reduce, dibikin makin concise ya. Reduce-nya tuh bukan berarti mengurangi, memotong, itu enggak, tapi kayak dibikin lebih ringkas gitu. Ringkas tapi tetap tersampaikan gitu ya. And then di beberapa past tense, karena kan pertanyaannya di part 2 tadi describe special occasion for which you arrive late. Arrive-nya pakai verb to, berarti itu adalah signal bahwa harus past tense sebenarnya. Tapi ada banyak yang ke simple present, kayak it's pretty late, it should be, it was pretty late, kayak gitu ya contoh-contohnya. Late sendiri juga repetitif sedikit, bisa diganti apa ya, not punctual. Kalau not punctual pakai not apa ya, behind the time misalkan ya, atau ya unpunctual, not on time, seperti itulah, biar bisa ada kombinasinya gitu ya. And then untuk part 3 udah lumayan oke juga. Ada idiomatic expression to my way of thinking. Walaupun sama-sama kayak part 1, tapi I think it will be okay. Karena letaknya kan berjauhan ya, part 1 and part 3. And then udah mulai ada falling intonation-nya. Dan kalau udah terlanjur rising intonation, ada kata yang menutupnya kayak like that atau lain sebagainya gitu. So that was great. Dan oh ya, try to avoid and as fillers untuk jawaban pertama, untuk kata pertama yang diucapkan dalam menjawab pertanyaan gitu ya. Kayak ini tuh kayak habit kita aja, nanti dijadikan habit. Coba deh paksa untuk hindari and sebagai respon gitu. Dan try to check. Actually, the pronunciation is very good, but try to check the pronunciation of develop. It is develop or develop gitu ya. Coba cek lagi di dictionary. Highlight-nya, poin yang masih perlu diusahakan lebih ada di elaboration sama fluency-nya. And also try to be more enjoy. Kayak misalkan di part itu sebenarnya bullet points-nya boleh diubah-ubah ya Kak Shannon, nggak harus berurutan. Yang penting lengkap. Kalau mau ditukar-tukar, misalkan kan tadi poin pertama sebenarnya kalau di soal itu kan what occasion you were late, when it happened, habis itu. Nah, ini boleh diubah urutannya. Misalkan when it happened-nya mau disebutin duluan. Terus what occasion-nya baru setelah itu nggak apa-apa gitu ya. Jadi biar lebih enjoyable, lebih ada alurnya gitu. Nah, tapi untuk strength-nya ada di pronunciation udah lumayan oke. Dan kalau di practice sebelumnya grammar-nya juga udah oke gitu. The highlight-nya ya. So, any questions so far?
Ini bisa sampai 6,5 nggak ya, Miss?
You need more practice to go 6.5 ya. Kalau ditambahkan practice lagi, then try to take notes of like idiomatic expression and then topic related vocabulary itu kayak you need to take notes that it is very important dan terus dipakai dan lebih hati-hati lagi sama grammarnya tadi. Gitu. Nanti pasti akan sampai ke 6,5 kalau bisa menjaga hal-hal itu gitu ya.
Okay. Do I need to take another course to get the balance?
You can try to join the IELTS simulation program dulu. Boleh dari Tibra atau di yang lainnya. Biasanya ada yang free, ada juga yang berbayar, tapi itu kayak lebih murah daripada kita ambil course-nya langsung kan. Nah, nanti lihat dulu hasil di situ di IELTS simulation yang real simulation ya. Nanti akan ketahuan gitu.
Okay, thank you, Miss.
Okay. Next will be kalau udah bisa praktis atau tadi ini ya anaknya masih rewel ya. Oke, kalau gitu I'm going to move to Kak Farah directly ya. So let's start 3 parts ya kayak biasanya Kak. Dan good evening, I'm Laila from Tibra. Will be the examiner for the simulation and please tell me your full name.
My name is Farah Rahmalia Safitri, but people usually call me with Farah.
Okay, where do you come from?
I came from Bandung, a city in West Java, Indonesia.
Please provide me your ID card.
All right, there you go.
Okay. And now let's talk about jobs. So what job would you like to have 10 years from now?
Well, as speaking for myself today, I am currently working as a marketer. So if I would about to be asked what kind of a job I would like to have 10 years from now on, I think it would be between brand manager or maybe a brand director in a company. I find myself really enjoying the management as well as marketing practices. So I really would love to pursue a higher leadership level in my current company in the next 10 years.
Okay. How useful will English be for your future job?
Sorry, may you repeat the question?
Sure. How useful will English be for your future job?
So sorry, I lost the internet connection in between the question.
Okay, I'm going to repeat the question again. How
Yeah.
useful will English be for your future job?
Okay, so actually, right now I work for a multinational company. So not only I have to be really fluent in talking with my current boss, but also it is sometimes also needed when I talk to any clients that I'm going to deal with during some projects. And I think not only because I work for this type of company, but as a marketer, I would really be exposed to a different type of clients, not from a bit from different area of Indonesia or even a different region in international scope. So I think when it comes to fluency and the ability of speaking English, I think it is very important for me to have one, both verbally also written, so that I can communicate my working scope and other um, talking connection with my clients.
Okay. And do you expect any traveling for your future career?
Well, as someone who again worked for a pharmaceutical multinational company, I really been exposed to many clients outside our country. So for some projects, I really do expect me to fly abroad to any other countries that I may be involved in some projects in the future. And I also actually look forward to it. I think I'm ready enough to go abroad and pursue my career there with um, an even more opportunity for me.
All right, then how do you think your life will change in the future?
Well, as someone who believes in marriage, I think one of the most apparent things that would be such a big impact in my life would probably to get married, have a child, and maybe build my own little families. Because currently I still live with my parents, and um, I still live with my parents. So I think in a few years from now, it would be fair for me to build my own family and have my own kids.
Okay, now we come to the second part for this simulation, and this is your topic. Now I'm giving you 1 minute to prepare. Okay, time is over. Please start.
Right now, I would like to introduce you to one of the books that I recently read. So this book was titled "Everything is Figure Out Tabo" from Mary Forleo. Well, I actually bumped into this book back in 2021, if I'm not mistaken. It was being recommended by one of my close friend. He said that this book was really an eye-opening one. So when I decided to buy a new motivational book for myself, I jog my memory back to his recommendations, and I pick this book to be then bought. Um, I think what's really good from this book is that this book was actually a series or yeah, the collections of real stories from the writers. So when I read each of the stories from the writer's point of view, it makes me understand the story better, and it makes me um, being really exposed with what's the message behind it. I also find that this book gives me a lot of positive mindset, since this books really encourage a positive mindset, as well as to encourage that we can actually conquer any challenges that we are facing. So because of the because of each of the chapters really expose me to different type of topics, makes me uh it makes me had a lot of encouragement for each of the situations that I currently facing. Besides that, it also gives me a lot of motivations to face my current problems, because I think if other people can do it, then why can I why can't I also do it? I think that's probably what I can um, elaborate you from my recent book, The Read.
Okay. Thank you. That's enough. Now, let's move to the very last part of this IELTS simulation. I'm going to talk about book and children's. So, what are the most popular children's book in your country?
Well, it is kind of interesting, but I think I need some time to jog my memories. Well, I'm not quite sure for this generation's popular book when it comes to kids readings. Maybe I would like to refer it to my era when I was a child. So back when I was a child, probably maybe 4 to 5 years, one of the most popular book, or a magazine, if I may say, to be read by a lot of child my age, is called Bobo magazine. So this magazine was created for toddlers to little child, yeah, maybe maximum for 10 years, if I'm not mistaken. It is uh, filled with a lot of articles, actually, and also stories and knowledge for kids as well.
What are the benefits of parents reading books for their children?
Well, I noticed that some parents usually use their child's bedtime to as a bonding time for them to create a better bond with their child through reading them a bedtime stories. So I think besides creating a stronger bond between parents and their kids, it also a bedtime stories, or a general story that was read to kids would enhance the imaginations of each of the children's.
Mm. Do parents always let children choose the book they read?
Well, for some parents, I believe they give freedom for their kids to read. However, I think, speaking for myself, I would also do it to my future kids. However, I think it is also important for parents to have some uh, sorry, strict observations of what their uh, childs are currently reading. I think it is better if uh, parents could give a suggestion for their kids rather than only giving full freedom for them to choose.
Okay. Related to book, are electronic book popular in your country?
Well, I actually noticed that it is now become more popular since people, especially my age, are nowadays exposed to electronic books that they access through iPad or other tablet. And I think for me myself, I also agree with this kind of behavior, because I think it is way more convenient for us to read books from an electronic one, because I can easily read any books that I want in any place that I visited. So without having to, burden myself with bringing that book that is heavy enough.
All right, thank you. That was the last question, Kak Farah. Great, well done. Starting from the part one, yeah. A lot of topic related vocabulary. For example, when you mention particular skills, for example, leadership, ini berkaitan sama job ya, karena kaitannya sama skill. Dan I think you get an improvement related to the grammatical range and accuracy, karena mulai kayak complex sentence pakai not only but also itu makin banyak ya. So berarti harus dipertahankan juga. But I think eye contact-nya yang di part 1 tuh lumayan terlalu banyak berpindah-pindah untuk gesture di eye contact gitu. Kalau di part 3-nya justru malah persisten Kak gitu. Mungkin karena di part 1 harus imagine about the job that you will have 10 years from now ya, in the future itu mungkin agak susah ya. Jadi harus membayangkan eye contact-nya banyak pindah-pindahnya gitu. Terus in some case kayak sound, I don't know the problem is in the sound, S sound atau mungkin emang salah grammar, tapi ada beberapa yang jadi terdengar seperti error gitu. Misalkan when you are talking about my little families, jadi kayak ada S-nya gitu. Actually it should be my little family, right? Jadi kayak ada soundnya. Terus ada juga part kayak different area of Indonesia should be plural, right? Karena Indonesia banyak area gitu. Itu sih tentang plural and singular part yang mungkin bisa karena emang error atau I don't know something related to my audio or yeah something like that ya. Di part 2 ini mulai dekat dengan waktu yang dialokasikan Kak. Jadi tadi 2 menit 15 detik itu udah sama closing. Jadi kalau misalkan mau dipersempit lagi mungkin cuma ngurangin 1 atau 2 sentence gitu ya. Kalaupun lebihnya sekitaran 5 detik itu kayaknya ya nggak akan jauh dari closing juga. I think itu oke. Tapi tadi kayak closingnya tuh udah masuk closing tuh di menit kedua pas itu udah mulai closing gitu. Jadi kayak waktu closingnya memakan 15 detikan gitu. Jadi kayak mungkin boleh simple closing gitu ya. I think that's the thing that I can share. Mungkin kayak gitu atau lain sebagainya. Gitu. Dan mungkin kalau di part tuh banyaknya tadi repetitifnya tuh karena Kak Farah nggak pakai parallel structure. Jadi kayak it makes me understand the story better and it makes me kan jadi it makes me lagi gitu kan. It makes me and it makes me. So you can make it parallel. Jadi kayak it makes me understand the story better and bla 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 gitu ya. Itu sih untuk repetitive partnya. Nah, yang tadinya banyak di depan sebagai respon ini udah diganti pakai well, pakai wow, pakai response itu oke ya. Yang repetitif ada di respon speaking for myself Mas Yan. Tapi agak berjauhan sih. Cuman kalau mau di-improve boleh di-combine sama yang lain gitu. So, well done. I think it will be really close to 7 kalau misalkan memang lagi prima ya performance-nya. Prima tuh ya kayak yang terbaik dari yang paling baik gitu. Terus kalau mau lebih boleh ditambah kompleks idiom. Kan yang Kak Farah pakai kebanyakan masih simple idiomnya. Kalau misalkan bisa ditambah kompleks idiom, I think nggak akan susah kok untuk 6,5 atau 7 gitu. Ya.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you, Kak.
Okay, so I'm so happy with all of the classes we have done, teman-teman. Sangat enjoyable karena improvementnya teman-teman juga selalu ada progress ya, selalu ada progress improvement. So congratulations for that. Kalau masih ada yang mau ditanyain, boleh terus communication di WhatsApp atau mungkin di personal chat. I'm open for that, for any kind of discussion. Terus kalau misalkan mau simulation test, boleh juga ada di Tibra, tapi basisnya di Tibra ini masih paper base ya, jadi manual gitu. Terus, ya, I'm sorry kalau ada mistake atau something error yang terjadi di kelas kita beberapa hari ini. Semoga beneficial ya untuk apa yang sudah saya share dan juga kita discuss bareng-bareng. Semoga nanti langsung goal yang one shot, langsung dapat skor yang diimpikan. Gitu. So thank you so much. Ketemu lagi untuk other occasions ya. Semoga langsung sukses untuk tesnya. And bye-bye. See you. Have nice rest teman-teman. Thank you.
Thank you,
Makasih
teman-teman.
banyak, Mi.
Thank you, Kak.